Conrad Thompson, you're up to bat. Let's get into it. This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. Topic today, Roman Reigns.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always going to keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. The Takeover.
Let's go.
Yo, what's poppin'? What's good? What's poppin', man? Welcome, everybody, back to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast on Thursday, August 6th, 2026. We back once again on the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, the most creative, respected, and honest wrestling podcast in the space when it comes to talking all things WWE. Today, we have an interesting video for you guys, interesting audio video. Roman Reigns overrated debate. Why am I making this video? Well, I thought this would be a great discussion to talk about. Number one. Number two, the idiocy of Conrad, Thompson, whatever you want to call him, within the space. He works with Eric Bischoff on the 83 Weeks podcast. I want to just give my opinion on Thompson. Number one, before we get started into this discussion here, and I give you guys my honest, real, unadulterated opinion on this. Number one, Conrad Thompson is a fan. Number two, he is not in the business at all. So all of his points are his opinion and how he genuinely feels. Respect to him. But we're going to check this out because I know off the bat I seen something right off rip talking about how Roman Reigns, you know what I mean, is not, you know, a draw or anything like that. He's tripping. But we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. I have some other notes in here. So we're going to get into it. I mean, I don't know if he's being genuine with his opinion or he's capping. And he's just wanting to stir things up within the community. So he's got everybody talking. He's got me making a podcast about it. So clearly he knows what he's doing. I think he's an idiot, but respect to him, to each their own, to have their own opinion. You know, people might think I'm an idiot with my own opinion, but I don't say any other things like this, though. You know, when I talk and I speak, I have validity in what I'm saying. I have value with what I'm saying. I have worth with what I'm saying. I don't just pit-pock and just point things out and just say random shit just to get a reaction. This is a self-made podcast. I'm not working with nobody. I would love to, but I'm not working with nobody. I don't have to answer to nobody. I say how I feel, and I keep it pushing. Simple as that. And I know that a lot of people are going to, you know, a lot of people I feel are not real with their opinions. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people don't bring real value to these discussions. And they're just talking off emotion. And I'm guilty of that. I talk off emotion, but don't get it confused. I bring validity in what I'm talking about. But let's check this out. I don't want to waste enough of you guys' time. Let's get into it. Eric Bischoff, Conrad Thompson, 83 Weeks podcast. You up to bat. Roman Reigns overrated debate. Let's get into it.
It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. It was a great match in some respects.
This is talking about Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, what I fear Eric Bischoff is talking about here.
But it didn't do much for me. I mean, maybe because I'm just kind of over it. It doesn't feel compelling in any way. It doesn't grab my interest for any specific reason. I don't feel like if I fail to engage in that story that I'll miss anything, because I've kind of seen a lot of it, variations of it. So unless there's an element that can come out of this matchup shortly that makes it really more interesting, for whatever reason, that's the challenge. Come up with a reason to make it feel unique and compelling. But unless they come up with that, I know they're both great wrestlers. I know a lot about them. I just don't know anything new about them. So I really don't care about it. Hopefully they can make me care.
I'm assuming off bat that Eric Bischoff here is talking about Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I believe this happened before their match took place at SummerSlam. I want to pinpoint SummerSlam and their match. I'm going to, later on in the video, I am going to give a list of several all-time great Roman Reigns matches throughout his Tribal Chief OTC run. There's a lot of great matches there. Eric Bischoff is talking about the persona, the character of the Tribal Chief of the OTC. I do agree with him. It really has not evolved the way that I wanted it to. The way I see it now, it seems like it's evolving in this respect. Roman Reigns wants to win by himself. Roman Reigns is still going to appeal and have that boss-like alpha presence about him. He has that still, right? But I want to see Roman Reigns do all of that verbally, but still go in there, whoop some ass, and win fucking matches. You don't need no help from the family. Fuck all that. That's ran its course. We don't want to see that anymore. For me, as a fan of Roman Reigns and the persona, the Tribal Chief, the Mafia boss persona, I want Roman Reigns to go in there, remain being himself, trash talk, do all that stuff, but win by yourself. That's what I want in this run of Roman Reigns. I want him to win by himself. I don't want Jimmy Uso. I don't want Jey Uso. I don't want Jacob Fatu. I don't want anybody else. I don't want any of them niggas. I want Roman Reigns to go in there alone and win alone. I don't want no Paul Heyman involved either. I want Roman Reigns to win by himself. And that's what we got at SummerSlam. So far, so good.
I'm going to give you a hot take that's going to annoy you and probably piss you off, but here goes. I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history.
There it is. There it is right there. There it is. Okay, I'm going to assume he's going to keep talking, but if not, I'm going to interject here, but let's see if he continues.
Like, I know this isn't a wrestling term, it's a music term, but Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant. I don't think if Roman Reigns disappears tomorrow, WWE's fortune changes at all. I think, they pushed him so hard against the grain. Down our throats is the phrase that Triple H would use about why they're not pushing Braun Breaker. Well, they pushed Roman down our throats forever. We had a good storyline with the bloodline, but now that the bloodline is sort of, it feels like it's into its black and silver era of the NWO. It's kind of like, it was a fun moment in time, but it's time to move on. I just don't know that there's any really, truly fanatical Roman Reigns fans. Like if they booked Roman the way they do Punk or the way they do Cody or the way they do anyway, I just feel like he has just been, we've been conditioned to believe he's the top guy, but there's no real reason. I don't know that anybody could say, here's my favorite Roman match, or here's my favorite. When people talk about their favorite match ever, how many people list a Roman Reigns match? How many people list their favorite promo ever as a Roman Reigns match? And it's not like he's doing the world PR tour and doing all the heavy lifting like they have a Cody Rhodes, or before that, a John Cena doing. He just flies in, takes 12 minutes to get to the ring, wrestles kind of the same match, does it really, really slow, gets his hand raised, and he moves on. He's Goldberg if Goldberg worked more than 10 minutes. What say you?
I agree.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna finish what Eric Bischoff. I want Eric Bischoff to finish what he's saying before I give my opinion. So let's hear what Eric Bischoff has to say. He agrees with Thompson, so we know they both agree here.
Well, how about that?
I know that's not what you're expecting, because apparently people think that I support everything WWE, which is clearly not the case. But I give an honest opinion, and I look at things from a business perspective, which probably puts me on the WWE side of the equation for obvious reasons, because they're doing really, really well. But there are things like this that I just shake my head at. It's funny, how much I put over the Bloodline story. To this day, in this moment, I believe it's really one of the best stories that have ever been told in wrestling. Yeah. For a lot of different reasons, but it'll never have the impact of the NWO for a variety of other reasons. So because of that, you can't really compare them, is what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way. But like the NWO, which yours truly, I nosedived it by, growing it too big, and the red and white and the wolf pack and derivatives of the original NWO, too many guys into it, diluted the significance of it. Okay. You got me on that. I did that. But because I did that, because it's so obvious, why is WWE doing the same thing? Like, wouldn't somebody say, hey, remember when Bischoff did this with the NWO, and you did you did this, you did. If there's if there's a compelling story, here we go again. Fucking compelling stories, always at the root of all disappointment and evil. If they can come up with a compelling story that makes it feel new, I'm in, because we know that the creative team has the ability. We've seen it before. They've demonstrated their prowess, so we know it can happen. Doesn't happen every time, but it can. The potential's there. And if they come up with a great story, they can, because the potential's there, and make that feel fresh, boom, I'm in. But if they keep doing what I did, which is riding it till it dies, essentially, people will reflect back on the Bloodline storyline and have a less favorable opinion of it.
Okay. Okay. I want to start by saying this right now. I agree with Eric Bischoff in this regard. The Wolfpack NWO storyline, he shoved and he kept shoving down the fans' throat, and we kept seeing it. And we kept seeing it, and he tried to evolve with the times, and he couldn't do it anymore, and it fell off. In some respect, I hear what he's saying with the Bloodline, and to be honest, and to be frank, and to keep it a buck, I do agree with him. I do agree with Eric Bischoff when it comes to the Bloodline story and the Bloodline saga. How many renditions can you continue to do with the Bloodline? It seems that WWE really understands that this is all they have. It's Bloodline or bust. That's why they keep putting these people in the main event scene. That's why we keep seeing them on a consistent basis. Because WWE knows, I know, you know, everybody knows. This is all they got. This is all that WWE has for the most part. And to be honest and to keep it a buck, is damn straight all they got, because they lack an ability to come up with other compelling characters and other compelling storylines to a point where you can invest emotionally, spiritually, physically, your time into these other characters outside of the bloodline. It seems like outside of the bloodline, it's nip and tuck with certain people that they want to build up in. If it's not the bloodline, it's like WWE doesn't know what to do, or keep it a buck, they don't know what the fuck, that they don't want to do any of it. It's outside of the bloodline. They don't even want to deal with it. So you look at the perspective of what Eric Bischoff and, Conrad Thompson is saying. From Conrad Thompson's perspective, I mean, he's wrong. I'm going to get to him in a second. Eric Bischoff's perspective, I do agree with. We're on the clock with the bloodline. How many renditions of the bloodline are you going to continuously do? You have to eventually evolve with the times. At this point, Roman Reigns looks like he is at a point where he is somewhat evolving, and I want to give him a pass from this perspective. Unless they change course and they do something else. If they keep the course that they're at now, which is Roman Reigns is the World Heavyweight Champion. As Roman Reigns is the World Heavyweight Champion, he wants to win by himself. That's the story. Point blank, period. That's the story. Roman Reigns does not want to get help from the family anymore. We did that already. Let's move into a different stratosphere. Let's move into a different blueprint. Let's move into a different line of circle of story. The story now is Roman Reigns as the OTC, as the tribal chief, as the leader, as the mafia boss. He wants to win by himself. He's going to continue to trash talk. He's going to continue to do what he's doing. That's fine. But the premise is, I want to win by myself. I know I can win by myself. I don't need any of y'all help. I needed y'all help before because I was using you guys and I wanted you guys as pawns to lead me into the promised land, and that's what we got. But now he's looking at it in full. You know what? I don't need you guys this time. You know what? You guys go to the back, and I'm going to handle this by myself. I really hope that that is the plan for the foreseeable future with Roman Reigns until he eventually drops the championship. Now, Conrad Thompson. Let's get into this dude. Roman Reigns being overrated. Roman Reigns not being the biggest draw. Roman Reigns not having timeless matches. He's wrong. He really is wrong. And I believe I have the transcript right here, or one of them, from what Conrad Thompson said. So we heard the audio, but I'm going to read it to you guys here. Conrad Thompson called Roman Reigns probably the most, quote, overrated main event in WWE history. Described the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion as Goldberg if Goldberg worked more than 10 minutes. I don't know why he's mentioning Goldberg, but okay. Conrad Thompson said, quote, and obviously you guys heard this on audio, but for those who was just joining me, here is the transcript of what Conrad Thompson had to say in relation to saying that Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. He said, quote, I think Roman Reigns is probably the most overrated main eventer in WWE history. I know this isn't a wrestling term. It's a music term, but Roman Reigns is what music would call an interesting plant. When the fuck was Roman Reigns an interesting plant? Oh, okay. I don't think if Roman Reigns disappears tomorrow, WWE's fortune changes at all. Okay, if you're saying that for Roman Reigns, you need to say that for everybody. You need to say that for everybody. They pushed him so hard against the grain, down our throats, is the phrase that Triple H would use about why they're not pushing Braun Breaker. Well, they pushed Roman Reigns down our throats forever. We've had a good storyline with the Bloodline, but now the Bloodline feels like it's into its black and silver era of the NWO. I do agree with him with that. Like I said, I do agree with him on that. we need to either get off the pot with this bloodline shit, or you need to really adapt with the times. I do agree with him when it comes to, it seems like this is the end of the bloodline saga. It's kind of like, it was a fun moment in time, but it's time to move on. I just don't know that there's any really, truly fantastical Roman Reigns fans. Yes, there is. Continuing on, he says, like, if they booked Roman Reigns the way that they do Punk or the way they do Cody, I feel like we've been conditioned to believe that he's the guy. I mean, he is the guy. What are we talking about? And see, this is what I'm saying. Conrad is just saying things to get people talking. To get people talking. He is the guy. Cody Rhodes is not the guy. CM Punk is not the guy. Seth Rollins is not the guy. It's Roman Reigns. He's still here. That's like when I said, when Roman Reigns is on this beginning of the Tribal Chief Mafia boss Thanos persona, right? John Cena was still around. John Cena was still the guy. Until John Cena is no longer in WWE anymore, then okay, Roman Reigns is the guy. John Cena was still there. Even though Roman Reigns is on his dominant run. I'm going to say the same thing now. In reverse. John Cena's already gone. Roman Reigns is still here. Until Roman Reigns is gone, Roman Reigns is still the face of the company and the head of the company. You could say Cody Rhodes, and that might look like that's the case. It's Roman Reigns. You can say that with CM Punk. It's Roman Reigns. You could say the same thing with Seth Rollins. It's Roman Reigns. He continued to said, like they booked Roman Reigns the way that they booked Cody Rhodes, I just feel like we've been conditioned to believe he's the top guy. He is the top guy. But there's no real reason. I don't know that anybody can say, here's my favorite Roman Reigns. Okay, here is when we're gonna cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. Let's cut this shit out, bro. Keep it a buck. Cut this shit out. Talking about there's no Roman Reigns great matches. You serious, bro? And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You have people who think they have a voice. You have people who think just because they have some type of connections within the business, they think their opinion matters. You have people in the business, quote unquote, who say some outlandish shit. And they want to believe what they're saying. There's no way, bruh. There is no way that you just said that there's not a Roman Reigns match out there. Are you serious? He said, I don't know that anybody can say, here's my favorite Roman Reigns match. When they talk about their favorite match ever, how many people list a Roman Reigns match? How many people list their favorite promo as a Roman Reigns promo? Okay, I'm not worried about the promo. But the matches, Conrad, you tripping, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm telling you, bro, this is why these heads, man, they think they're valuable. They think what they say is valuable. This is where I come in. I'm always going to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm going to always keep it real with y'all. What the fuck is he talking about? No. Like, there's plenty of Roman Reigns matches. There's plenty of timeless Roman Reigns matches, in fact. Like, come on, man. I have the list right here. I don't have all the matches, but I have some that immediately, I popped into my head. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, WrestleMania 42. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, Clash at the Castle. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Ed versus Bryan Danielson, WrestleMania 36. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso inside Hell in a Cell. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul from Crown Jewel. Classic. Roman Reigns versus John Cena at SummerSlam. Classic. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Classic. There's plenty of other fantastic Roman Reigns matches. But those were the matches that immediately popped up in my head. Immediately. 8 matches I just named. he continued and said, and it's not like he's doing the world PR tour and at heavily lifting like they have with Cody Rhodes or before that at John Cena. He's doing fly-ins, takes 12 minutes to get to the ring, wrestles kind of like the same matches. My nigga, everybody wrestles the fucking same. What are you talking about? And you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to just talk right now. What are you talking about that, oh, he does the same moves? My nigga, everybody does the same moves. Everybody has 4 or 5 consistent moves that they do. They might pop out 1 or 2 new moves here and there. Why change something that's not broken? He exposed himself as a wrestling fan that is saying something to get a reaction. Simple. So what Conrad Thompson is saying that Roman Reigns sucks. He's not a good pro wrestler. My nigga, number 1, yes he is. Number 2, he does not need to be a Bryan Danielson. He does not need to be a Seth Rollins, a Will Ospreay, a Kenny Omega. Why are we continuously comparing people like a Roman and John Cena and all of these other people? Bro, they're starting to do the same thing with Trick Williams now. Bro, they're over because they got over. They didn't get over in the ring. They got over with their personality, their character, the promo, the look, the catchphrases, the swag, the confidence, the aura. They got over because of those things. Yes, in the ring, you need to do something when the bell rings. Facts. Microphone skills. They have them. Roman has it. Presence, aura, vibe. Look, he has it. He has it in the ring too. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Come on, man. Listen, this looked like it was a hit piece. This was a hit piece on Roman Reigns, and people are mad that he's World Heavyweight Champion. I'll end it with this. I will end this conversation and this video on the Wrestling Takeover podcast with this. Roman Reigns is the World Heavyweight Champion. Roman Reigns has a good chance of going into WrestleMania next year as the World Heavyweight Champion. Roman Reigns and Obafemi have been split off for a while now. They're trying to give Obafemi something else to do other than facing Roman Reigns. Wasn't he the king of the ring? Shouldn't he have gotten an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship? Why are you splitting them off? You got to pull the trigger eventually. Are they waiting on a specific destination to pull the trigger? Maybe. Is that WrestleMania? Is that Money in the Bank? Doubt it. Is that Royal Rumble? Who knows? But we need to get Obafemi and Roman Reigns one-on-one, and that is the person that should dethrone Roman Reigns. Now, LA Knight, rumored to be facing Roman Reigns. I believe that will be happening at Money in the Bank. Maybe Money in the Bank is where LA Knight wins the briefcase. Who knows? But I think we're going to get LA Knight and Roman Reigns Money in the Bank. I wouldn't be opposed to LA Knight winning the match and having a short, somewhat mini reign with the belt before giving it back to Roman Reigns. Something to think about, WWE creative. But Roman Reigns, overrated? He is not overrated. Roman Reigns, overhyped? Roman Reigns is not overhyped. This is just individuals who have a podcast or just wrestling fans in general who are frustrated with Roman holding the World Heavyweight Championship. But then these are the same people who want Roman Reigns to win by himself. My nigga, y'all can't get everything. I want Roman Reigns to win by himself. If it was up to me, it would be Obafemi who takes the title off of Roman Reigns. But the disrespect of Roman Reigns, man, y'all gotta stop. Y'all sound crazy. Y'all sound crazy. Conrad Thompson, for the most part, was incorrect in his assessment on Roman Reigns. In regards to him being overrated, not having any great matches, not being good on the microphone, not having any presence, he's incorrect. But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Just like him, just like me, just like you, and everybody else. We have a platform. We can speak our mind, right, wrong, indifferent. We can say what we want. But that's all that's it, man. That's a wrap. I wanted to come up here for 30 plus minutes or so. Come up here, kind of react to this that's kind of been taking over social media. And people are going after him. Thompson, people are agreeing with him. Everyone's entitled to have their own opinion, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. If you guys want to do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JT Takeover, with the best audio WWE podcast in the space, man. We keep it a buck. We keep it honest. We keep it real. Most importantly, we're ourselves. We don't sugarcoat, right? Everything that I'm telling you right now, I will talk to you, or, if we were at a bar or whatever, I would be saying the same exact thing. The same thing. I say what I say, and I mean what I say. I have every validity in what I say. Everything. I'm not one of these fools, bro, in the community that just be talking. We don't do that shit here. We don't do that shit. I have purpose with everything I say. Everything that I say. And we just got to stay strong, and we just got to put our head down, man. It's very hard out here in the community. It really is hard to really expand and do right. But God's got me. Yeah, He's going to guide me to wherever He wants me to guide to. And I'm going to just keep putting out the content. He's telling me to put out the content. I'm going to keep doing it. I told y'all, we back. We putting out the content, putting as much as I can during the week. And this is a WWE-based podcast. We're talking only WWE over here. So if you're a WWE fan, be sure to tap in to the Wrestling Takeover podcast, youtube.com/JT Takeover. Y'all have a Twitter. Go support at JT Takeover. I'm on Instagram at the Wrestling Takeover. And I have a personal Instagram account at Jordan Turner JT. If you guys want to support there too. But TikTok, man. TikTok, we are doing some things on TikTok. If you guys want to go support, TikTok.com/JT Takeover. We're building a great foundation. We're building a great community, man. People commenting, people supporting, people spreading the word. So if you have a TikTok, which I know y'all do, and y'all love WWE, y'all want to hear a different perspective, honesty, creativity, a passion, knowledge, be sure to tap in on TikTok at JT Takeover, man. I appreciate your supporting. I'll see you guys next time on the Wrestling Takeover podcast.